best day to go to the beach, so maybe that's for the best. Rip currents are going to be a concern south-facing shore, and then it's lightning that's going to be a concern if you're going to the beach. It's probably in the afternoon hour, so it is a weather alert day. It's been a while since we've talked about severe weather across the tri-state because it's been so beautiful, but it is the proverbial calm before the storm, as they like to say, and it's a beautiful shot looking out to the city. Now, one little thing you're going to notice, little hazy skies, that is actually some wildfire smoke from central Canada, so we have that back, most of it being suspended in the upper atmosphere, so you're not going to see that mixing to ground level. Not expecting any air quality alerts this afternoon. The bigger focus, though, is going to be the downpours across the region, cloud to ground lightning. I think there could be some small hail, but the primary mode with these storms are gusty winds and even the possibility of some quick spin up tornadoes, as we are expecting a lot of low level jet energy to come in by the afternoon hours across the tri-state. It doesn't look like much as you go west, but that is the focus of lift, and there's also a low pressure developing along the frontal boundary, so we got a tremendous amount of action going on in the upper atmosphere, and that is of course going to produce those thunderstorms later this afternoon. Also very sticky out there. That's why our daytime highs across the region will be well into the 80s. Here's Futurecast. Again, I think we're good to go through around 1 o'clock, but we'll start to see some pop-up action over the Hudson Valley, most of this going west of I-87, and then watch how that low-level jet's right over the region. That's going to start to percolate these storms through the 3 to 5 o'clock hour, and these could be some very juicy storms. That's why we are advertising some localized flash flooding. You know it's a problem when you're getting into these magenta colors. That's denoting maybe some supercell thunderstorms. When you talk supercell thunderstorms, there's a lot of lift going on and a lot of spin, and that's why we are a little concerned this go around, especially from the city north and west into the Connecticut River Valley for a couple of spin-up tornadoes. The issue with this front is it's not a clean sweep. So as we go into tomorrow morning, if you're going to tailgate for the Jets at MetLife, we may start with some scattered showers and then quickly going over to some clouds and then eventually some clearing, but it may take at least until halftime with this game. Severe weather threat for the entire Channel 11 viewing area. This is all going to kick off after lunchtime today. Get where you need to be, essentially, as these storms will really start to fire off. And again, as I mentioned, this red area is where I'm most concerned for the possibility of a tornado. Best lift in energy right now, Hudson Valley, Connecticut River Valley, but we could drop that as far south as 287. So northern New Jersey might want to have an action plan. Don't be shocked if we get a tornado watch issued across the area. The other, of course, story, localized highway flooding. So if you're going to be out there today, we may get under one of these downpours. Modeling has been in incredible agreement, saying could be around 1 to 3 inches of rain. Where you see this purple line, this could be maybe 2 or 3 inches of rain. So that's going to be the story today. Again, a lot of moisture to work with, and that's why we are expecting the storms through tonight. 63 degrees eventually in town. We are going to cool down dramatically. We go from some summer warmth to a fall chill by Sunday afternoon, 72 degrees, middle 70s Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is interesting because there will be a storm nearby. We're going to call it overcast skies for now. I'm not going to put the rain back in the forecast, but generally speaking, I think we're going to look a lot better by next week, but certainly a bigger cool down.